Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to replace a leaking rear main seal. Alright, so before we get started, as you can see here, I have everything torn down to where we can see our rear main seal right here. I just wanted to say that getting to this point is very labor intensive. You have to remove the transmission. If you have a manual transmission vehicle, you have to remove the flywheel and the clutch. Automatics, you have to remove the flex plate. There's a lot of work involved in getting to the point we see here today that I'm not going to cover in this video because it varies vehicle by vehicle. So what I'm going to focus on in today's video is showing you how to replace the actual rear main seal and making sure that you do it in a way that you won't have to get back in here for a really long time. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. What you're going to need to get this seal out is some sort of seal puller. This is the one that I prefer to use for these types of seals. And what this does, it'll get inside and behind the seal, hook onto it, and you're going to be able to pry it out. There are other types of seal pullers out there, but I found that this type here is the type that seems to work best for me. And I'll put the part number for that up on the screen here for you to be able to get for yourself. All right, so like I said earlier, we're going to want to get this hooked behind the seal. So get it underneath and sort of behind there. And then this metal part of the puller here is going to act to give us some leverage on pulling the seal out. And then we'll go ahead and pry on it. And this one actually came out really easily. Sometimes you might have to take a rubber mallet or hammer and tap on your puller. You might have to go around different points in it to get some kind of, movement on the seal. But this one here popped right out for me, so that's good. Now we want to go ahead and wipe off the area of the crankshaft. Make sure it's fairly clean. Now what you're going to want to do next is inspect the area where the seal would have been riding on the crankshaft to see if there's any sort of groove worn into the crankshaft. If there is something significant there, it's probably going to result in the new seal linking as well. So what I recommend, if that's the case, is a lot of manufacturers offer a sleeve kit that goes over the crankshaft that eliminates that groove and gives your new seal a new surface to mate to. Those sleeves look like this, and what that does, like I said, it just slides over the crankshaft, creates a new surface for that new seal, and ensures that you won't have a leak in the future. So that's what we're going to do with this engine today, is we're going to go ahead and install one of those. There also is a tool that's sold typically for their specific application to help install that and the new rear main seal, so I have that here to use as well. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put that on right now. We basically just need that and a small hammer. There we go. You can see you tap that on until it's completely flush up against the crankshaft. A nice smooth surface around the crankshaft now. If you don't happen to have the tool that I showed there isn't one available for your application, you can use a block of wood or something like that and just be consistent and gentle as you go around to make sure you pound that on evenly, and you should be just fine. All right, so now we're ready to go ahead and install the new rear main seal. I have that here. When you install your new seal, you can see that you have an open side and a closed side. The open side, and you'll also see that there's a spring in there, that's always going to be installed so that is in. You don't want to install it opposite, it won't work that way. And I also recommend with your finger applying a little bit of engine oil around the inside of the seal, and that's going to ensure that it slides over the crankshaft more easily and make sure that that seal doesn't roll as it gets installed. If it would happen to roll, that spring that I showed you earlier that's on the inside may pop off, and then it's really likely that the new seal is going to leak anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and get this installed. So I'm going to slide it on a little bit first by hand, get it in place, and then using the tool that I had earlier. And again, if you don't have that, that's okay. You can use something like a block of wood or something like that to gently and evenly install that. And so I'll go ahead and tap that in place. All right, and that's pretty much it. That's how you do it. From this point on, you're going to install everything else, like your clutch and flywheel and transmission that you removed earlier, and then you're all set. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.